Well, hey.
Hello, everyone. Welcome.
Welcome. And you know what?
What?
We are here not only to talk about an amazing message and an amazing man, but it's also Easter Sunday.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
So I want to thank all of you for joining us on Easter Sunday. It's a very special day. And I hope by the time you're watching this, you had a wonderful dinner. You're with your friends and family. And Tiiu and I are always open to leftovers. So just to let you know. We just want to ham it up.
Oh my goodness.
I was just being a real.
That was,
Yeah, I know. It's being a sweet potato. So.
Oh my goodness. Yumming it up.
Oh, touche.
Okay. For those of you who don't know, I'm Tiiu Napp. Oh, look at that. My hand can make everything go blurry.
And
I'm Tiiu Napp.
And I'm Dr. Michael Gross. So welcome.
In a minute.
Yeah. It has an automatic focus. So please, there we go. We're back in focus.
Okay. Dr. Michael Gross, and I love coming to you on Sundays and sharing his amazing messages. I'm more like his sidekick. Okay. Right. But I wanted to let you know that Dr. Michael Gross has been a very, very massively wonderful part of my life because he wrote this book called The Spiritual Primer. And The Spiritual Primer led me
to write this fabulous book, Healing the Holes in Your Soul, by Tiiu Christina Napp.
Oh no! Now he's using my whole name. Oh,
and I know the person that wrote the foreword. He's my favorite person.
It's the same guy.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Well, what we wanted to do today was we wanted to go ahead and talk about choices. And this is actually becoming a series that Michael has decided that he wants to enlighten us with a little bit more about how our choices truly affect our life. So on that note, I'm going to just go ahead and get right to the
intro.
We're going to keep this hopefully into the respective time frame because everybody it is Sunday night and everybody's getting ready for their week and they're still commiserating after.
Yeah, and they're probably just stuffed with all that beautiful, wonderful food and all the company they had. They're running high and happy. That's really, really great.
Your pillow is showing. We have this pillow thing going on. We're trying to sit proper and the pillow keeps poking out. But anyway, we don't script anything but this handy little part right here because I don't want to miss everything that Michael has achieved. And we want to give everybody an opportunity to get to know Michael a little bit better. So Dr. Michael Gross is an author, a professional keynote speaker, a transformational coach, and an entrepreneur. For more than 3 decades, he has been on a spiritual path as an intuitive, a healer, a spiritual counselor, and an incredible teacher. Through the guidance of spirit, Michael has assisted others in their personal quest for self-empowerment, helping them to create the lives that they have long sought and to bring forth their own intuitive abilities. Michael currently teaches classes in spirituality, self-empowerment, Reiki, and other modalities. Man, he's a plethora of knowledge. Oh. Oof. I heard some of the stuff he's been teaching and learning. Oh, my Lanta. You guys, you're just going to have to go over to his brand new website, which should be up really, really soon. We're working on that diligently every night.
Yes,
right?
We are.
Yeah, that's why we have the bags under the ice today. But it's so worth it. I'm impressed beyond belief that I've bumped into somebody so incredibly knowledgeable and talented. So on that note, back to the script, because I came off anyway. So in concert with God, the true source, he has also achieved great success and miraculous healings. He remains humble, knowing that the work that he does all comes from God, the true source. Michael lives in Lakewood, Washington, and has just launched his nonprofit. And I'm going to let him tell you more about the name and all that stuff.
The International Institute of Self-Empowerment. And, you know, when Spirit told me I was to do this, I did it with tongue in cheek. Okay, we'll do it. And all the parts fell into place. And that not knowing directly what I was going to do with it, but following what I call true source inner guidance and making that choice to do that, what happened was, as it began to unfold, I worked with this amazing woman, Christina Napp,
Oh, stop
who
it.
wanted to write a book about her parents, which I'm sure she will someday. But she wrote a book, as you know, Healing the Holes in Your Soul. It's all about her journey from being in the cellar and darkness, and like the mythological bird, the phoenix, rising from the ashes. So I decided, as one of the first protocols, and we're going to have 12. Seems I do everything in 12s for some reason. And the first protocol will be working on abused women, children, and men. And it's really, really huge. And when we think about it, if you get an abused woman that comes to you and says, I need help, she probably has 2 children, no money, and in dire need of help. And so the first things we'll have to do with the nonprofit is get her in a hotel room, eventually get her into an apartment, do counseling with her children and herself and whomever else is involved, and then do the counseling, as I said, and then get her a vocation where she can be self-sustaining. So it's pretty awesome. It's huge. I know we are going to achieve it. It's going to be phenomenal. And just to say that I know tax season is on the 18th, which is the final day of filing taxes. We're open to a nice donation. We're a 501c3. So just thought I'd give you a little hint. Now, I would like to get more back to the subject, and it's called choices. This is part 2 in choices. And I wrote in my Facebook, if you choose to do nothing and lay around or be lethargic, then that's a choice you made. Everything we do is a choice. Whether you're eating, getting dressed, putting on clothing, women doing makeup, having your hair done, maybe going out to the movies, to dinner, mowing the lawn, whatever it is, everything's a choice. And we have to realize that there are no limited choices except those that we create in our mind and in our thoughts. And if we look at a choice in life, look at the life you choose. And I talk about when before we incarnate, we lay a background or a roadmap or even a design of our life, like an architect, whom are going to be our parents and siblings and friends and relatives. And I'm talking about close friends, not casual friends. And what we're going to do in life and achieve. And also the karmic lessons. And we make these choices. And then when you get here and you say you're surrounded by all this love, yes, I can do this. This is a piece of cake. And then you incarnate and you go through the birth canal and you go, what in the heck was I thinking? Oh my gosh, is this planet so dense? Yeah, it is. Is this planet so messed up? Yeah, it is. Are the people around us so messed up? Yeah, they are.
Most of the
Are
time.
people so
Most of the
indecisive?
time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
People are so indecisive. They don't know what choice to make. They don't know what direction to take. Sometimes we don't even know what direction to take.
Oh yeah, but that's the quote. Okay, I have to jump in.
Yep.
If you don't know where you're going, you can't get lost.
That's the quote.
But at the same time, you still got to make that choice
To
go somewhere.
If you don't know where you're going, you can't get lost. You make that choice. And that's it's okay. That's one of my mottos in life. And there's so much wisdom in that, making that choice. You know why? Because you're open to unlimited possibilities where you can make the choice of what you so desire. But the beautiful thing is everything is done in steps. Everything you've done is a choice to lead you to a point where you are right now. And then there are going to be other choices that are going to grow and move you forward and onward and forward. And that's what's so beautiful by moving you onward and forward. I will tell you sometimes the choices I made, and perhaps you too, were kind of challenging. They were. And
hey, I've got choices I made, and I'm like, oh, I shouldn't have done that one.
You know what, though? You made that choice, made you who you are today. It empowered you with that choice. And that choice is going to lead to another step of more empowerment. When I talk empowerment, it's everything of your soul urge to bring about love, joy, happiness, prosperity, abundance, everything you could think of. Except that sometimes one of our choices is tunnel vision. You know that expression, you can't see the forest for the trees? How many people do you know that? And how many people are living in total fear? Fear now about the economy. We're having inflation. Fear about, the COVID virus. Fear about being able to live in their houses. Fear about having enough food. Fear about being healthy. All these fears, they're choices you made to embellish. And you would say, well, it's around me. That's true. All these things, inflation, coronavirus, people losing jobs, people sick. So yeah, it's all around us. Can't argue with that. But the choice you have is not to embrace that fear, that doubt, that insecurities. Now, I've said this before, and I'm going to say it again. Because whatever you fear the most, you're going to attract into your life. That's your choice. Why would I do such a foolish thing? I'm glad you asked that. It's because you learn and grow and become empowered. That's why you make that choice.
Sometimes you have to make that same choice over and over again before you figure it out.
Exactly. It becomes repetitive. Absolutely. It's called, I know, knocking your head against the wall.
I've done that one.
Tell you finally, I got it. Oh, my head hurts. Why did I do this? But that's one of the choices you made. Now, there are other choices that you can make. And that's the most powerful choice. And one of the choices are when you slip, you trip, you fall, figuratively speaking. Say it was a choice I made, but I learned from it. I grew from it. Isn't that wonderful? And that's what's so important. Because that choice led to the next step, even though it may not have been successful, and the next step, and the next step, till you finally get where you're going. And you probably make another choice to learn even more or rush forward. Remember, I talked in previous sessions, and I mentioned the word, there's no such thing as failure. Failure means you learned something new, what works and didn't work. And that was a choice you learned to grow. Every choice we make in our life has a consequences, or as a friend of mine said, is a payoff. Yeah, it's a payoff. You eat too much, you gain weight, maybe you have diabetes, maybe you have heart condition, maybe you end up with ulcers. On the other hand, if you honor yourself and your body and the love of your body and the love of the connection with the true source, my gosh, what will happen? You'll be healthy, you'll be strong, you'll be happy, you'll be joyous. There could be a snowstorm or a hurricane or a tornado around you. You go, yep, I'm safe. I'm not going to worry about it. And it'll go right by you. There was a time I spent more time in Hawaii than I do now and had some very dear friends. And they had this beautiful home. And they were renting it because they were in the process of buying a 40-acre ranch not too far from them. And they asked us, my deceased wife and I, to stay with them. And I said to her, we're going to make a choice here. We're going to put a bubble of protection. And the woman's name is Bonnie. And so I said, Bonnie, I'll teach you how to do it. She said, no, you do it. No, Bonnie, you can do it. Well, we got into a little discussion. Finally, I said, okay, I'll just do it for you because I gave up. So a bubble of protection, it could be elliptical, but it's a bubble. She called me 2 weeks later and said, I believe. Bonnie, what? I said, we had a fire in this whole complex. And it was a brush fire and houses burned down. When it came to our rental house we're in, burned a circle around it and never touched it.
Wow.
So I want to bring this out because this shows you the choice you make when you go onto your spiritual path. There's all kinds of gifts that you have and empowerment. And it's more than simply by saying, I want a bubble around me and protect me from a fire. That's a hit and miss method.
Oh, you mean like the bubble up?
Yeah.
Somebody said bubble up once.
I'll tell you that quick story. I was teaching how you put a bubble of protection around yourself, car, your home. And she came to class and she said, it doesn't work. Oh, I said, okay, what happened? Well, I had an accident. I said, okay. Did you say the affirmation? No, I just said bubble up. I said, well, does that mean, do you have gas? Do you want to blow up a balloon or what's going on? Every word that you hear from myself and from Tiiu has a vibration, frequency, and energy that's specifically designed for you to make the right choices in your life. And then the other part of the choice is accept it and just know or believe or have faith it's going to happen. And if you don't have belief and faith, just accept it's going to happen. You know, one of the wonderful cliches that I share is that no expectations, no attachments. That means you're never disappointed and everything goes the way it's supposed to go. Because that's another choice. You have so many choices in life. And if you sit down and realize you are making a choice every moment, when you get up, you go to the bathroom, that's a choice. Have coffee, that's a choice. Have breakfast or not, it's a choice. The car you're going to use, choice. Or whether you're going to be on TV or Zoom, these are all choices. But let's refine choices, because I've given you a lot of talk about choices. The most important thing is you want to make choices that are perfect for your soul and your body and higher self. That's the key. And the affirmation is simple. I call upon the true source, dream heaven, true source of creative resources, and the true source is miracle medium of love. I'm going to repeat that, but I want to give you the explanation. So when I use the word true source, that's an acronym for God, the true source, God, or whatever. That's what I prefer to use. Dream heaven raises your vibrations and frequencies and energies. So the two most powerful words in the universe, without any doubt, is I am. Says you exist. Am is another word for the name of the true source. When you say I am one with the true source is with me. We're together. So I call upon the true source. Now the second and two most powerful words, dream heaven. So for the sake of an example, when you go I am, let's call on a scale of 1 to 10, a 10.0. And let's say dream heaven is a 9.85. Pretty high.
Yeah.
But when you utter the words dream heaven, remember every word has a frequency and energy and vibration. What it is telling you and telling the true source and your soul and guides and angels, that you are now beginning to allow you to manifest whatever you so desire. Now, part of manifesting is most important. Why is it? Because it's called right action and correct exchange. So you can ask for anything you so desire. You can't ask anybody break a leg, lose a job, get divorced, get sick. That's a no-no, and it could bounce back to you. So when you say dream heaven, now think about it. Call upon the truth, dream heaven. True sources, creative resources. True sources, creative resources, celestial beings, guides, archangels, guardian angels, master guides, etc. And the true sources, miracle medium of love. Well, that speaks for itself. And the reason I use that miracle medium of love, it's an energy. True source is nothing but love, 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 love. That's all the true source is. Get it? Just love. Not punishing you, nothing to do with that. Just pure love. And it's like when I mess up, this is really a response that I've heard and seen. Michael screwed up. Isn't that great? He learned a new lesson. Wow, that's really empowering. I'm really proud of it. Because how do we learn lessons? Through experiences. How do we make choices that are challenging? Notice I didn't say bad, that are challenging or positive. Through our choices and our experiences. So getting back to, I call upon the true source, dream heaven, true sources, created resources, true sources, miracle medium of love. And then you make your requests and make the right choices. I have a perfect bubble of protection around me. I am healed, I'm loving, I'm caring. Whatever choice you so desire. Now you could sit there and argue with me and say, it doesn't work. You know what? You're 100% correct. I'm not going to argue with you because you made a choice to block it. You made that choice. You know, there are so many naysayers that are out there today, so many that are judgmental, so many people are saying things that are wrong. Like, really? That's your judgment and your opinion, and I honor that, but it does not apply to me. And that's a choice we have to make, and that choice is not to take on other people's values. Now, one of the values is that you're a part of the true source, you're divine, you came here to work out your karma, to experience love and joy and happiness. I'll take that value system. But if you criticize me and say it's wrong, and it can only be done this way, and it can only be done in this religion or this way or that way, well, that's your belief system, that's your choice, and you allow it. I remember one time I was doing a healing on a woman. She said, nobody can heal me. Nope, nobody can heal me. And I stopped. Well, why did you stop? He said, nobody could heal you, no matter what I do. But Jesus could be right next to me, touching your body, and it wouldn't work. Or one of the other great avatars, because you made that choice. See how powerful you are? You make that choice of life, death, joy, happiness, abundance, prosperity, sickness, and illness. You make that choice. And speaking about illness, how long do you want to be ill? For me, never.
That's a good amount of time.
Yeah, it is a good amount of time.
I'm thinking never is good.
But sometimes it may come down with a cold, all right? Well, it's a little hint from my body. Michael, you need more rest, all right? Or you got to eat properly or whatever. So what do? Well, the scientists say that if you have chicken soup, it's good for a cold. So what do? Make chicken soup. And I tell everybody, you got a cold, make chicken soup. You know what? It helps. My choice is that it will help. I could eat mushroom soup. I could eat lobster bisque or whatever. And if I believe that's better for a cold, it'll work just the same. But I happen to be a chicken soup aficionado, and I love making it. And to share with you, I'd make it two ways. I either make a gallon or I make 5 gallons. Why would you make 5 gallons? Because it's much easier to take it and freeze it and just take it out of the freezer when you need it. So, but that's my choice to do some of those weird things. So my message to you, and how much time do we have to you?
You've got about 5 minutes.
Okay. So my message to
you're a little bit weird.
Yes, I am.
I'm sorry. My brother's just a little bit weird.
I like being weird. You know why? Because that means I'm different. And you should enjoy being weird because you're different. You're unique. Because you choose not to be a follower. You choose to be a leader and independent. That's so important.
I mean, we are rare. Every single one of us is different.
Yes, we are.
And we should just embrace the fact that we're all unique.
We are.
And that we might choose one way where someone else would say, oh, no, that's a bad idea. Well, maybe it's not suitable for them, but if it's for you, if that's what you're choosing, then, and you're good with that, you feel good with that, and you feel comfortable in here, then go for it. Who cares what someone else thinks? Exactly. I'm sorry, I jumped in.
No, you did. You did very well.
I chose to jump in.
She chose right, and she chose to add and enhance what I was saying. Sometimes we're talking about advice, and I had this one client, and so she wanted these shoes and so on. It's called Good Feet or whatever, to walk better. And I said to her, when I was in high school and college, I worked for an orthopedic shoe store, so I really know a lot about it. And all they're doing is giving you arches and expensive shoes and charging you $500. Said I can tell you to go to a place you can buy a pair of shoes for $80 or less, pair of arches for $60 or $70, and you maybe have $100 to $150 invested, depending upon the shoes, or use your existing shoe. Okay, I'll do it. And I said, no, you're not. You're going to go there and you're going to spend $500. No, I'm not. Next week, how you doing? Good. Did you buy the shoes? Yeah, they gave me $100 off. I spent $500. Okay, that's a pretty good choice you made. It's a good choice. That's what I said, because she didn't believe me, and that's okay. Sometimes we give advice to people and they choose not to listen to us, and we really can't hold it against them. We just say, well, it's your choice and I honor it. Don't have to agree with you, but you really like saying you ding dong, but you don't want to do that because you don't want to offend them. But that's okay.
Yeah, you muttered that under your breath as you're walking away, right?
Yeah, you shake your head, My goodness. But that was her choice, and she feels good about it. So who am I to judge? No, feels good, it's great. So this is really part 2 about choices. There's going to be part 3 coming up, which will be next week. Anyway, I want to share this wonderful thought. And I want you to know that each one of you are very special. And each one of you chose to be part of this podcast to listen to it. And I want you to know that you're being graced with a lot of loving energy from the true source. And you're probably wondering why I know that. Because this woman and I have embraced the true source's unconditional love. And we've become a conduit. So when you're around us, you will feel the love that we have for you and for life. Because we chose that. Why don't you make the choice to do the same thing? So now we're going to conclude, and now comes the part we want to share some events and things that will be coming up. And you want to start?
Alrighty, I will start. Let's see. Michael does a Tuesday night call-in every Tuesday night.
Every Tuesday night.
It's always at 6:30 p.m. Pacific Daylight Savings Time, whatever time zone. It's always Pacific time, okay? And the number for that one, this is where... Wait.
It goes to approximately 7:30 p.m., sometimes 5 or 10 minutes over. Thank you for letting me interrupt you.
That's okay. That's how we,
Yeah.
I mean, we should, I refer to you as my brother. Should we tell them why?
Yes.
You tell.
No, you tell.
No, you tell them.
Well, we were fraternal twins in a past life, many eons ago. And you know the story. She said she kicked me out of the womb first because she wanted it to herself to be warm, and she wanted me to test the waters. So it's like, oh gosh. And then a few minutes later, she followed. Well, your brother's got to get even. And what happened is she told me she had this vision of her mother. She said she was absolutely loving and kind and just gorgeous, just beautiful.
She was beautiful.
I said, yeah, I'm just like her. I look just like her. So that's my way of getting even.
Well, the funny thing is that I really wanted an older brother. And I didn't care if he had to go out there and test the water first. I said, I'll be the last one out. And I am so grateful that we've bumped into each other again in this life, because I knew right from the beginning when I met him that there's something that was, there was a driving force that connected me back then. And that's been a couple of years. And now I know for sure that, you know what? You are as gorgeous as Mom.
Oh,
inside and out.
Thank you. You embarrassed me.
Gotcha.
She got me on that one. I'm getting red now.
I love it when he says she's getting red. Okay. It's almost like an Easter egg.
Yes. Thank you so much. You know what they say about paybacks.
Oh my goodness. Okay. So Tuesday night, he does a wonderful call-in at 6:30 Pacific time zone. Okay. And it's an opportunity for you to ask your questions about spirituality, about the universe, what's going on in our world today. There's all kinds of energies going on, electromagnetic energies. So, our solar flares are going crazy. Our weather's going crazy. And, we can go on and on and on. So Tuesday night, Michael is there to answer those burning questions that you may have. Shall I give them the number now?
Would you please?
Yeah, I'll think about it. I'm kidding. I'll make sure that everything's in the chat as well. In the comments, whatever we call them. Okay, the number is 202-926-1059, and the access code
is 125446 pound.
He practices this.
Yes, I do.
He gets even better. Hold on. One more time, that number is 202-926-1059, and Michael,
the access code is 125446 pound.
Make sure the computer doesn't slide off. Okay, then I'm going to let you tell them what happens at the end of that call.
The end of the call, I leave you a message. It's about a 10 or 12-minute message. It's a motivational message, and of course it's done via Audible, so you can listen to it, what I call the replays, and it goes from number 3 up to approximately 225, and it keeps increasing. So when you're bored, you're stuck, you're feeling depressed or angry, listen to one of the messages, and you will feel better, absolutely. And the telephone number for that is?
Okay, the recordings are at 434-300-41.
And the access code is 125-446 pound.
It rubs off. What can I do? Every time I call in on the Tuesday night when I dial that 125-446 pound, and I'm going pound as I'm dialing my phone. It's I'm sorry, I'm being silly, but it's true. One more time, that number is 434-300-4170.
And the access code is 125-446 pound.
Okay. Now, would you like to also tell them
Yes.
about something else?
The second Saturday of every month, we have a mass consciousness healing for everybody on the planet. The animal, mineral, and vegetable kingdom, spiritual kingdom, Mother Earth, and every soul. And that starts at 9:55 a.m. Pacific Daylight Savings Time to 11:01 Pacific Daylight Savings Time. And in doing that, the first 3 to 5 minutes I talk, then we go into silence. So if you join us late, we're in silence. And then about 3 or 4 minutes before, I bring you back and deliver probably a 30 or 90-second message or less. But what's really important is we need to change the energy on this planet. And I want you to understand you are the solution. You can make a difference. And understanding you are the solution, you can make a difference. My goal is to get 1% of the population of 8.5 billion people to embrace that, to reconnect with true source, or God the true source, if you will. And there's a unique way of doing that. And once you do, you will achieve the life that you've always wanted, what your soul wants. But more importantly, that 1% will eventually become 100%. Your participation is important. Don't ever undervalue yourself. You know, when we looked at a handful of people who said, you know, we're sick of taxation from King George, and they were known as the Patriots. And the majority were known as the Tories, who were in favor of still being under the yoke of King George. And what happened? That just handful of people established a great nation of ours. So don't sell yourself short, because you are valuable and you have to make a choice. We all have to make a choice to change this planet back to love, unconditional love, and the proverbial Garden of Eden. Thank you. Well,
Perfect.
We're going to wind down now.
Yeah, if you do dial into that mass consciousness healing a little bit later and it's quiet, don't announce yourself, because free conference line will probably say announce yourself, but don't. Just come on in and meditate with us and send healing to Mother Earth. And like what Michael said, because you are very, very important to us. Everyone here will also feel your energy when you join.
You bet.
And you don't have to say a word. We feel your presence, okay?
You bet.
And Mother Earth needs everyone's help. On that note, the number is, you ready?
Go ahead.
Okay. As we wind down, that number is also the same as the Tuesday night call-in, so I'll repeat it only once. It's 202-926-1059, and here comes the access
code is 125-446 pound. So everyone, thank you so much. And I want all of you to know how much we appreciate you giving up your valuable time. And I want to share something else exciting. So I am in the process, I like the word process, you know, it's all so good, darling, of doing the second edition of the Spiritual Primer. And there will be added a little bit about manifestations. And I've been running 12 classes on the manifestation protocols, huge breakthroughs. So some of that knowledge is shared in this book, not in its entirety, but briefly. And I would say to all of you, stay tuned, because I am writing a book on the 12 manifestation protocols. But let's go back to one thing that's important, and that is you are important. You are making a difference. And I wholeheartedly recommend reading this book, Healing the Holes in Your Souls by Tiiu Napp. It will change your life. It's very, very, very motivational. Please think about this.
Thank you.
Whether you're a male or female or a child, it is going to change your life.
Thank you. And in that book that I wrote, there are golden nuggets that I've learned from this book and this incredible man. So definitely start here. Get your hands on the next one that's coming out very, very soon. And on that note, I'm going to put my book down, okay, Michael? Because I'd like to wish all of you a happy Easter.
Happy Easter.
And we look forward to your comments, and come back again at Sunday. It's every Sunday at 7 right now.
So I want to wish you a happy Easter, and I'm going to really egg you on during the day. So everyone, have a great evening. Take care. Bless you.
Michael, you just cracked me up.
Oh, she's really hard-boiled. So thank you.
Well, better than being scrambled.
Yes, it is. She got me on that one. Everyone, happy Easter.
You are unlimited. Namaste.
You are unlimited. So be it.
Okay. Okay. See you Sunday.